and FLUX. We'll see if they can handle it. You know,
we are jumping into
right
the
into
draft already. I love this so much right now. I thought we were going to sit here for at least another 10 minutes, but no, here we go, jumping in the draft. And now that we're in the draft, we'll talk about what we're going to see. And RRQ HOSHI already kind of switching up from some of the norm that we've seen in the past. They're banning out the Barats immediately, which I like it. Guinevere coming from the side of FLUX. We were looking at some of the stats before we started the stream, G, and Guinevere is definitely, I mean, one of the top win rates with the amount of picks Guinevere has. Yes, there are other heroes with better win rates, but Guinevere has been picked around 25 times or more and still holds a 72-73% win rate in playoffs. I wasn't looking at the group stage at the stats, but in playoffs so far, Guinevere is one of the most picked heroes with a very high win rate.
Yeah, Guinevere's just shown that she's a star player at this point, and most of the time, if it's not banned out in the first phase, the first pick team always picks it. That there normally used to be utilities, but as the tournaments went on past group stages into the playoffs, it's definitely shown itself as a viable pick for the first one. RRQ now responding with the R lot. I like it. I mean, we're seeing RRQ get rid of a lot of utility heroes, and FLUX kind of responding with the Matilda. So there's a couple things they could possibly go for here. I mean, we still have Joy on the field. Joy's been like banned quite a bit, so maybe that's a hero that they want to maybe bait out. I mean, Navaria, there's so many great picks right now. It could either be banned or picked. Ruby still on the field. I think it just goes to show that they're ready for anything.
But I think also, you know, things do slightly differ depending on the teams. Things do kind of change it up. And FLUX, I'm kind of surprised by the Barats ban here. I'm wondering, because we haven't seen FLUX really like favor into this. They have picked up some utility junglers, but still it kind of makes me think that maybe RQ wants to put a rat on something a little bit faster moving. Maybe go for something like the Nolan if FLUX doesn't ban this out. Maybe go for something like the Lancelot for a rat. We know Arad likes to pick up those assassin picks. He's not scared to be on something quick moving. It's something that a lot of fans around the world got to know him for. He is probably one of the best Lancelots in the world, point blank, period. I mean, so just seeing some of those more bulky heroes banned out, something that can bully me if I pick something squishier like that, it could kind of be tilting the hand to FLUX and what RRQ HOSHI's trying to go for here.
True. And RRQ, it just, to me, seems like they're just banning out a lot of utility. They just don't want to deal with those heroes that can really make plays and control the field. The Nathan getting out of there, if I'm not mistaken, that was utilized to beat AP Bryn. So FLUX looking to kind of, you know, get rid of it. First pick coming up. I mean, we got a lot. I mean, they could first pick Joy. They could go a little wild. They could go dashy. I mean, that's what the Brats would kind of slow down, but they're going to pick up the Minnow first.
Well, I think either way they get the trick, like either way. So my original thought was, yeah, like Nolan, Joy, right? But they don't have to pick up both, because either way they get the trade. And I highly doubt FLUX is going to pick up Nolan and Joy here. They pick up the Novaria, and then my guess is they either go for the Nolan or Joy, or they could wait as well and just wait for the trade. Because either way, either team can kind of hold off on that, because if the other team picks one, they can still get one for themselves, unless neither come on the field.
Yeah, that's why the meta is so wild right now. There's so many good picks. It's just a matter of you utilizing them with certain comps. So, I mean, we could see RRQ possibly pull out a Benedetta, maybe pull another, just go straight the same draft as AP Bryn against when they faced him. I mean, we'll see. I still do like the Nolan pick. I mean, you could go very assassin-y. That you'd be able to actually probably catch the Navaria at that point. There's the Benedetta. I was thinking they were going to run it back.
Either one. Yeah, but they don't go for either one. Are they trying to bait FireFlux into it right here? Is it like, listen, we want you to, it's like, just pick the Joy or Nolan here, man. Just pick it, because they have some sort of answer to it ready. I'm really surprised because Irad had a monstrous Joy in group stage. I mean, like, I forget who they were going up against, but it was just insane the amount of damage Irad was doing even in the early game. So I'm really surprised it's not what they're going for. Again, could be the old wait and bait. They might have a plan ready to go. CC gonna get picked up by Alien in the EXP. We saw Alien, even after taking a couple deaths against Blacklist, still be able to scale very well in this CC.
Yeah, I mean, RRQ seems to be not playing around this time around. So, I mean, they're going gung-ho. And I mean, FireFlux doing exactly the same thing. I mean, they have the poke, the peel. They have a little bit of setting. But to be honest, like right now, I'm more into RRQ's draft than FireFlux. They do have a couple key picks, which the last two picks could be the make it or break it for the team comp. But again, there's so much open. Right now, they need to start targeting the gold lane. I mean, they could target the gold lane. Sunshine's actually been a complete menace. I do like the Valentina ban, though. I mean, that could be that they're going to be picking some heroes that they just don't want the mid lane to be stolen. I mean, Nana still available. So yeah. You have some good picks. You have Vexana. Like RRQ still has a lot of loaded picks available.
They also need to ban on the side of RRQ. On the side of FireFlux, we still need a jungler. We still need a gold lane. So RRQ going to kind of hammer into the gold lane since they've already picked up Claude. We take out the Brody. I mean, we take out the Bruno. Maybe we take out the Ixia, something like that. Maybe we, I mean, the, what else? The Clint's become kind of popular. I think it's been more of just RQ picking it up a little bit in the past, or AP Bren has actually picked it up as well. That's another gold lane pick that is kind of sky rocketed in. There goes the Vexana ban. So this leaves RQ with just, I mean, there goes the Nolan ban. FireFlux will get first pick here though, right? And both teams still need a jungler. Does FireFlux finally commit and go for the Joy here?
I mean, to be honest, that would be a good hero to be able to catch the Claude. They need something that can definitely pierce the back line, because you're gonna be dealing with that Claude quite a bit, and depending on what mage is picked up here, which Fairmiss is still technically open. So if they opted to go Fairmiss, RRQ would just be a tanky comp. And I mean, it would scale really well with the Claude and the Benedetta. So I mean, there's still, again, Nana definitely has one of the highest win rates, so that could still be picked on the field. The Fredrin being picked up, it's good. I mean, they need a little bit of a heavier front line, I would say. The Ruby, you got the Ruby and the Fred, but these next picks I think are going to be pretty crucial for FireFlux.
I mean, overall, FireFlux, you know, pretty simple. A little bit of a front to back, not too divey overall. RQ gonna pick up the Basha here, keeping things simple, not risking too much. I feel like both teams just taking a pretty safe approach to it all. And there's the Aurora pick. I think a lot of us expected to see more Aurora this tournament. She did take some slight changes, you know, from where we saw her before into the tournament and everything. So I think I was kind of surprised when we didn't see as much of her, but she still has been viable. She still has made some crazy plays in the playoffs. So in the hands of Octa, excited to see how it goes.
I knew the carry was about to come next. Just they have a tanky setup here with the Bashia pick into the jungle, the carry into the backline. You got two backline heroes, solid backline peel, and then a good frontal fence. So we'll see. RRQ against FireFlux. This is going to be an interesting match. I still personally, even with the Boxy and the Aurora pick, even though I think I would rather have seen like a Fairmiss or something like that, but I guess they're going a little bit more aggressive. So I still like RRQ's comp. I do think FireFlux could fight back here though.
All right. Let's get it started, because we are about to jump into the land of Dawn for the third place match, the first game of the last day of Game of Future. This is going to be RRQ Rex Regum Kaon up against Fire Flux Esports. I'm excited to see how this goes. Lay us down, G. What do you think the win cons are? Who do you think's got the early game? Because we got plenty of time to talk.
Will be a benefit for Fire Flux. That's what the CC is capable of doing. But so does Banana, right? Like the Benedetta is just insane at movement, and there's already quite the game happening here in the middle.
All right, I'm excited for it. Finally jumping into game number one. Luckily, the pause wasn't too long. Now, you mentioned EXP laners, and I want to touch on that because I do believe that the way that whoever kind of ends up winning out, I think, in this EXP lane is going to be huge for each team. Both of these EXP laners have the ability to rotate pretty quickly. Both of these EXP laners, I think, are going to be crucial in the fights. But look at the Frozen already on to Apex 47. RQ already showing some heavy aggression, kind of taking control of the river. But Banana taking some damage as well. This is not your typical bulky EXP laners. They're definitely going.
It was just because it has that mobility and can avoid the Ruby. But we're going to be getting back into the game for a second time here. Well, let's get it, Trex. Let's see what actually goes down. Kind of wanted to know what was really causing some issues there. But hey, ooh, TNZ hitting him with the the fade, man.
The glacier.
That's what I was saying.
Oh man, that bro.
He is.
Aurora, the CC from Aurora is honestly insane. This is one of the reasons why I expected to see a bit more of her. With the way that the meta is right now and how reliant so many comps are on heavy CC, you're having 3, sometimes 4 heroes that all have some sort of lockdown, all have some sort of freeze, all have some sort of immobility. It's just huge, and she plays very well to it. Nice knockup come from Brusco. Gonna try to lock onto Tianzi. Tianzi takes a lot of damage from the Electro final blow. And Banana able to get the kill. Alien still in the midst of things. Rosa coming in as well, but Arad able to take the first turtle of this game. Octa goes down though. Rosa able to pick up the kill. Arad now moving on to the next, but Alien finds another one. Brusco goes down, so it's a 2 for 2. Turtle over to the side of RRQ though.
That was probably the most dramatic death I've ever seen in Alien. Kinda in a little trouble. Do we see Banana? I don't think the Banana doesn't have an ultimate, but they're still coming out at him. What is this aggression?
Arad gets pulled back with the I'm offended, taking a lot of damage. Alien gonna be able to pick up the kill. Apex 47 may go down for this. Uses a little bit of bushwork. Alien taking a bit of damage as well. They're duking it out already. Alien able to get back under the tower to safety with a hop and a skip. I like it. It's 3-3. Gold at a standstill.
The style play is coming from Alien right there. Definitely great to see. 3-3. Both teams are at it. Banana, though, overstaying their welcome a bit. Able to get out of there with the ultimate, though. Again, this is huge. I mean, for both sides of the team, they're not letting up. This is something we see occasionally, that both teams just want aggression early on. And again, this is what you were saying earlier. This is, I feel like, going to stop the steamroll from both sides. Is you just got to keep them at bay. But TNZ want to fight.
I mean, they're definitely going at it. We're 3-3 right now, about 4 minutes in. Next turtle going to be up in 30 seconds. Now, Banana and Alien both have not taken a death yet. They're both doing great in their respective EXP lane. And I think, oh my God, the damage from both of them. I love this meta of EXP laners right now. It's not your old school, bulky, never-ending fight. These guys are moving and they are aggressive. A little bit of action up in the top side as well. A nice meteor connects onto Skylar's. They get brought down to about half health. Tianzi gonna take a glacier to the face. Frozen up there. Both teams deciding to disengage.
At this point, I feel like RRQ might want to do something against Alien. They're definitely a back and forth battle happening down in the EXP lane, but if they're able to scale with the CC, it could be a little bit of a problem for Octa and even possibly Skylar. So we'll see first turtle, well, the second turtle happening right now. We'll have to see. I mean, Banana is ready. Looking to holding the mid bush here to possibly catch CC on the rotate, but Alien reads it very well. Who's going to get the engage here, Trex?
Banana has the Petrify ready to go. I'm excited to see Banana try to make the play into the backside. Alien able to zone away Brusco here. The damage is already starting to connect up. Apex 47 comes in, but a nice Minoan's Fury on the 3 members, locked up by the Glacier as well, comboed, and down comes the Appraisals. Rat TNZ able to pick up a kill, but Arad in trouble here, gonna get taken out as well. 2 for 1. Apex 47 goes down. Turtle still on the map of TNZ's, and that spot Banana might try to engage onto this, but Rose is there to back him up. Banana might have to back off. Alien now rotating up as well. Rosa with the Meteor looking for the next target. Gonna move back with TNZ though.
I mean, both teams are being very patient here. Like, each team they're just taking as much as they possibly can. The Turtle doesn't go to anybody, which is wild. And not only that, they rotated EXP and Gold Lane at the 5-minute mark, but...
Ooh, nice time offended. Followed up by the Meteor. A lot of damage on Octa. The passive does proc. Octa, though, gonna go down. Able to get a quick freeze onto Apex 47 to buy Brusco a little bit of time there. But still, FireFlux taking the lead here.
Banana trying to get
now hanging out. Waiting for a backline rush there. And that's where, you know, I feel like Alien's going to do great against the front line of RRQ HOSHI, to whereas Banana's going to do amazing to the back line of FireFlux. And which one's going to be more important? Oh, a lot of trouble for Rosa. Banana looking for the final hit, able to find it. Now taking a lot of damage from the Blazing Duet. Skylar comes in as well. Up at the Turtle, though, Alien able to take out Brusco. Turtle did go to the side of FireFlux. Arad finds TNZ, though, but now Arad in a little bit of trouble. Alien on the chase. Should be able to catch up, but no, getting burned and slowed. Arad able to get away.
Banana 402, just absolutely decimating FireFlux's backline. I think paired with Skylar there, they knew that they could rely on their team to just kind of take it at the Turtle, right? And then they did it, right? And kind of taking a look at some of the items. The biggest thing that we are seeing is Skylar has that Demon Hunter sword picked up, right? So that's going to be a devastating pick for the side of FireFlux, just because they are a bit tanky. Apex might not be able to play as aggressive as they were. This is getting into the early mid game, and I think we're going to see some crazy plays coming up soon.
I mean, it's 7-7. Gold is still at pretty much an even. It is starting to tip a bit more into the hands of FireFlux to about 2,000. It's kind of bouncing between 1 and 2,000, but still, that is nothing huge. FireFlux does take the first tower of the game on the top side. RRQ HOSHI, they are going to have a decent spike, and you're right about Banana. He's still 4-0-2, and I'm excited to see how it's going to move forward the more he's able to kind of participate in these big skirmishes. FireFlux already grouping up. Here comes a concealed play. Looking for a target here. They do have the vision onto Skylar here. Apex 47 trying to find one, but Skylar able to get away.
That was a good zone by Brusco there. Again, right now, FireFlux really has to protect their backline, right? Because Rosa's been caught twice already by Banana, which is huge for the side of RRQ. So I think they have to maybe play a little bit more together, which I think at this point they're getting there, right? Being the first Lord, I feel like this fight's going to be about a 50-50, but again, it could be anybody's game as FireFlux has the damage. Like, look at Navaria, even though it's 1-2, Rosa still doing
look at Banana. Look at Banana. The Banana hiding in the top bush, looking for the back line flank again. Finally does show face. I don't know if Alien was able to see him there. I think so. Gonna check those bushes, make sure it's safe for the rest of the team. But Banana's not leaving that lane, and FireFlux is going to have to be careful about it. Brusco, though, going to get him offended in. Chip down from Alien, will go down. Alien able to pick up the kill, but the Lord falls, and Arad is able to take it. A beautiful steal. Banana trying to get out of town quick with the Electro final blow as the rest of FireFlux collapses on top of Arad. Arad in between three members, going to do as much as he can. While this is happening, you're right, Skylar taking a tower in the boss side. RRQ macroing up the map.
Macroing it up and taking the Lord, which is huge. Octa in a little bit of trouble. Apex on the hunt. I don't think Skylar
stays catching those meteors. Rosa is just target locked onto Octa right now. I think the past 3 or 4 meteors Rosa has thrown out in a team fight have landed directly onto Octa.
Yeah, and again, Rosa's done this before with the Navaria, so the aim is just amazing. And the prediction from FireFlux at this point, they're going to do whatever they possibly can to keep this mid turret, which is, I think, going to be key, right? Because that's the one thing that's going to keep them apart from each other. They are winning in team fights, so they just need to secure neutral objectives. RRQ looking to scale at this point. They need to take as much as they possibly can. If they can get a pick here, they might be able to clean up all tier 1 towers and maybe take a couple tier 2.
And here's the thing, even with FireFlux losing out on some of these neutral objectives, they have still kept the gold lead for a while. They're finally falling behind by 100 gold, but still, that is not a lot. And both the XP laners are going to be a huge threat to the other team. We have 4-0 and 5 on Alien. We have 4-0 and 2 on Banana. Taking a look at the gold laner, Skylar, though, still have not taken a single death, the opposite of Sunshine, who has. That is also going to start to become a major play in this. The more Skylar can just farm up and be comfortable on his signature hero Claude, it's definitely going to become an issue.
They're reading it so well. FireFlux is so good at controlling and zoning the map out. Like that is what I love to see from teams. Like it's like an octagon. If you just constantly keep phasing out parts of the Land of the Dawn and the river, you'll understand kind of where someone is at. And FireFlux is doing so good at reading the map and understanding where Banana's at. Because we can tell, I mean, Banana loves the patient plays to wait for the flank, and I love that FireFlux is now responding to what Banana is bringing to them.
Yeah, but they're going to have to start responding to the map control from RRQ HOSHI as well. Yes, FireFlux does great in kind of controlling the fights, but I feel like when it comes to overall macro, RRQ is definitely chewing up these turrets right now. Has taken everything on both off lanes, but FireFlux has done well at defending that mid lane, and as long as they do that, it will kind of keep RQ's rotations in check a bit. There's still this bottleneck that both teams have to move through if they want to get to the other side of the map. Lord gonna be up now. FireFlux take control of the pit up first.
Yeah, and I feel like that's their ideal goal, right? If they're not able to win in team fights into the early right now, let FireFlux do that, right? We'll take other things. Like, you can have a couple kills. It's not going to really win the game.
Sunshine,
we got the eyes on the prize.
In the bot side, Sunshine and Apex. Sunshine pokes face. Banana's like, no. I know you got someone else with you, man. We're not going to go for that one, but Rosa is able to get vision on the team. Arad and Tienzi once again at it. Can Arad cop the steal again? Cop the feel again on this Lord.
Oh, God.
FireFlux. All 5 members here now. Banana finally rotating up, but the Lord is low. Might be too late to the party, and the Lord goes down to Rad, able to take it. Brusco now looking for a set. The Glacier comes down, and Apex 40 falls with it. FireFlux on the run this time. RQ got what they came for. They take control of the Lord, and they take control of the map.
They do, and they want to take more as well. They're still showing such great aggression. I'm so surprised that FireFlux wants to take the 50-50s on the Lord. I mean, this is the second time they've lost it, so let's see what they can do. Again, they held really well on the first Lord. Can they hold really well on the second Lord as RQ is barreling down the mid and the left lane?
Ooh. Arad is just vicious with these retries right now. Takes the purple away from FireFlux. Takes the Lord. His timing is impeccable right now. Apex 47 is coming out with a conceal play to get a slightly different position. The Glacier comes down. Nobody going to get stunned up from it. The Lord finally makes the crash. FireFlux loses their first inhibitor of the game. RQ claims that they're going to move on to the mid side now. Take that tier 2 as well. They are picking FireFlux apart down to the bones.
They are. They're playing them textbook at this point, and we can already see, man, Skylar with the aggression here. RQ, right? They're doing really well. They're scaling a lot. Skylar, 11, almost 12K gold. Are they going to attempt to go for it?
Damage from Skylar there. We haven't even seen Skylar get super involved yet. That's the big kicker here. He's just been farming and farming. And RRQ has still been able to handle these fights very well. We haven't even seen like an insane backline blazing duet or anything yet. He's just been kind of chipping away, and now he is going to come in. Brusco there with an Owens Fury, able to get a big knock-up. Octa finds the kill. Apex 47 now on the run. Alien holds down the front side, but RRQ took down one, and that's all they needed to advance this fight. Skylar going to move on to the orange buff, just patrolling the jungle right now, looking for angles, looking for flanks, and that's how RRQ has continuously won these team fights.
Definitely a huge play there by RRQ. The patience behind Brusco there just to give vision, and then the combo with Skylar, they couldn't even survive. Again, it's a little risky to take, but not devastating, right? I mean, you got 30 seconds till the next Lord, so everybody will be available. I just think it's one of those things that you're able to kind of feel out how RRQ has control over the map, and you can see they're keeping them at bay. Skylar has a full set Malefic Roar, and the attack speed is definitely picked up. If they can shut down Alien on FLUX, I think that's kind of their. If they do that, then I think it's GG's. But you never know.
All right, let's see though. FLUX, we've seen them put their big boy pants on in crucial Lord fights. You know, you mentioned earlier that maybe they shouldn't go for the 50-50. Maybe they should try to take a fight before the Lord pit. Brad already knows that's what they want. And now they're going to move on to Apex 47. Arad takes a quick turn. Brusco unable to land the Minoan's Fury. FLUX baits that out, and they still all got their ultimates. Yes, there is a backdoor possibility from Banana, but it seems that FLUX smells something in the water. They're going to send Sunshine back to help define the lane. Alien able to take down Brusco. It's now 5v4. Does FLUX want to commit? They have to send back Sunshine, but Tianzi finally takes it, and Erad gonna probably fall here. Goes down Alien, picking up the kill. RRQ HOSHI now falling behind, and this is what I meant, FLUX. When the time comes down to it, they know how to take the fight to their enemies.
They do. And see, this is what I like, right? I said in the very beginning of the game that FLUX really needed to bait out utility from RRQ, but Alien, the damage getting put down.
Skylar chasing him down. Uh-oh. Sunshine Apex like, no. You better back up. But still, the damage, Skylar's going to be probably one of the only people that can really just like 1v1 Alien right now, which is insane because Alien is bursting down most of RRQ, well, shredding down most of RRQ. But the damage from Skylar right now could be getting out of control.
Yeah, I feel like RRQ is going to be able to defend this Lord probably with no problem. I mean, they have a lot of their tier 3 stole. But we'll see if FLUX wants to fully engage here.
Yeah, they got to watch out for the offended. Lord is able to encroach onto the base. Skylar's finally showed up. We'll be able to chip it down. FLUX not going to overextend. And keep our eyes on Banana because he is everywhere. Disrupting waves, slowing down the pushes from FLUX. He's doing his job very well.
They are trying to find
Banana. We're checking every bush. They're kicking doors. Open up, FBI!
They were like, where is Banana? I'm tired of this. But again, I mean, that play by Banana forced FLUX to then give up control of the frontal of RRQ. Now, the biggest thing I was kind of saying is that FLUX needs to continue to bait these utilities out, but they have to be on their toes here though, because we've constantly seen Banana almost attempt a backdoor. Though the Lord is on the right-hand side this time around, we are seeing that the backdoor potential is a little bit harder, but that could be a possibility for RRQ at this point. FLUX, just keep baiting out utilities. Do not take a 50-50 Lord unless you really have control over that map.
I mean, with the Lord being on the bot side here in the long lane being in advantage of FireFlux, it does kind of help them, right? RRQ is going to have to be a bit more stressed about getting up to that top lane and clean those waves. Luckily, they do have Banana, who's been extremely mobile, extremely proactive, but it's definitely something we got to keep our eyes on. As long as FireFlux kind of lets that lane stay pushed on RRQ side, it's going to be very helpful for them when it comes down to these Lord fights.
Exactly. I feel like it's key that RRQ has such great ability, but I do also think they need to execute it, especially, you know, maybe try to reset the Lord a couple times or try to get it out of FireFlux's hands. And I think that's where they're struggling at this point, is that they're all about the split push, and they really haven't had a full engage at a Lord. And maybe if they had a full engage at the Lord, RRQ could be on the winning side here. But FireFlux kind of has them pressed back against the wall.
FireFlux, you know, in past international events, Wolf coined the meta for FireFlux. He calls it the Turkish delight. You know, you got the Ube strat coming from Blacklist, and we have the Turkish delight from FireFlux. And I always like to kind of call, like, it's very layered. The way that they take these fights is very layered sometimes. They're very good at meshing everybody's ultimates together. Now Alien going to come in onto a rat. Oh, Apex this time going to blow his ult a little bit too early, but still, look at the damage. Oh, and into the back line, the Petrify. Banana able to find Rosa. Sunshine goes down as well. Brusco is the only one falling on the side of RRQ, and now RRQ is collapsing. Claude goes for the split push, and that was all without him. Skylar now going to get involved into this fight. He still has the Blazing Duet, but doesn't even need to use it. Apex 47 is going nowhere. RRQ Hoshi decimate FireFlux in that fight. They've still got TNZ and Alien. RRQ say, no, we don't want no Lord. We're going to go for the game here. We're going to go for the finish. They're going to collapse down in the boss side. Skylar able to use the Blazing Duet, clear up all of these minions, and look at the damage onto Alien. Alien still trying to survive as Skylar repositions. The Glacier comes down. Alien not getting away from that one. TNZ is going to be next on the chopping block. The Electro final blow to final blow him out. And now FireFlux will go down. RRQ Hoshi taking game number 1.
Game number 1. What a play. That was insane. From the, oh my God, my throat. From RRQ, they definitely destroyed it there. And that was kind of the backdoor. It was an attempt at a backdoor that really forced them out of their comfort zone from controlling the Lord. So a really great play by RRQ.
Really great play. I mean, and that was just Banana. Banana. You're really giving coin to his name, you know? We call him, like, Banana, a.k.a. Banana Split. This guy is consistently splitting the map, consistently splitting up the team, consistently making work, and is always on the back line, always on the opposite side. Even in all of these fights, you never know where he's coming from.
Yeah, and I feel like RRQ really needed that response against Rosa. Once they took down Rosa, the team comp kind of fell apart. They didn't have that poke. They didn't have that peel. They also lost vision at that point, and I think that's what Rosa was really giving to FireFlux. And you can kind of just see just Bananas just everywhere. The Benedetta in the hands of Banana just makes you slip up and makes you lose focus on what's going down, and then RRQ just able to take advantage of that slip up.
Yeah, I mean, just did an overall amazing job. And just a good game from both teams, back and forth throughout it all. But in the end, RRQ, I think where they really won was just in the overall macro and map control and making in their positioning on the map in general. FireFlux took the more simple approach of keeping their team grouped together at a time, kind of keeping everyone in the same positions, and RRQ took advantage of that. Banana took advantage of that. And with having Rosa, who wants to get vision on the whole team, but normally always sending it at where the group is, as long as Banana was able to stay out of that Astral Echo, then they're all good. They always have someone who can get to the back line, and that's exactly how RRQ was able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I mean, we could really say that FireFlux just had complete control over the map, and that's just one utility that RRQ was able to utilize was just their mobility. And I think their mobility was the key victory here, and they utilized it to the fullest. And then RRQ able to take the win there. My God.
Look at the robots in the stadium right now. They're hyped too, just like the rest of us. Let's take a look at the MVP. Who would have guessed it? RRQ HOSHI Banana, 6-0-4, 23% damage, nothing too major. I think the real takeaway on this was just his positioning on the map, making the game-changing plays. He's going to strike fear into FLUX coming into game 2. If he gets something like the Benedetta again, they're going to have to find an answer to it.
Yeah, definitely. And again, the carry pick has just not been shining recently, right? Even though that Sunshine was able to pick it up, it just I didn't feel like it played a crucial role. And I think that, again, Banana just kind of upsetting FLUX's team comp. All of the squishies in the back line, Banana was like, yep, that's me, I'm there. And RRQ just did a fantastic job. And then you got to give it up to Skylar too, right? Like, we didn't see him in too many fights. He was just constantly farming, constantly applying split pressure alongside Banana, and it takes them to a 1-0 against FLUX.
But here's the thing too, is because Skylar was able to scale like that, Alien eventually was not a threat to him. The one hero on the side of FLUX who was meant to kind of dive into the back line, they were unable to deal with it. And maybe the reality is that they were targeting the wrong person all along. Maybe Skylar wasn't the real issue. Maybe the real issue was Banana. Now, we do have a player versus player stats here. Skylar up against Rosa, the Thorn Queen, some like to call him. 2-1 kills. Both players doing well.